Most founders and companies that we speak to when it comes to YouTube have the same problem, and that's ideation. Now, they're not often short on ideas. They've got a Notion doc full of them and topics that they want to cover, trends that they might want to comment on, and things that their customers keep asking about. And yet, their videos plateau. They get the same 400 or 500 views from the same subscribers, the same people watching week in and week out. The issue isn't effort or skill, and it's not even execution. It's that they're confusing having ideas with having YouTube ideas. Those are two quite different things, and today I'm going to walk you through the simple system that separates these two. A framework used by channels doing millions of views that you can adapt for your own business's YouTube channel. Now, a lot of this comes from researching the godfather of formalized YouTube strategy, Paddy Galloway. Paddy consults some of the biggest channels on the platform. And what I'm sharing here isn't theory, it's the actual system his team uses with clients and something he talks about extensively in videos and in interviews.
When I'm thinking about what are the traits of a viral video within a niche is what I call CCN, core, casual, new. I'm looking for videos that hit our core viewers who really care about the thing. Are we hitting the more casual viewers that kind of dip in and dip out? And are we hitting the new viewers? So those are viewers that maybe aren't into the niche, but they're people that just, if they see something interesting, they might click the video.
Now, these systems transfer directly to what we do week on week at Humble&Brag. Equally, when I was running YouTube at CareerFoundry, scaling from 16 to 250,000 subscribers, the videos that broke out followed these patterns, even if we didn't have the terminology for them yet. So let me give you the framework, and then I'll show you how to apply it if you're a founder or a marketing team trying to break out of your mold and that existing audience. First, let's define what actually constitutes a YouTube idea, because most people get this wrong. A YouTube idea isn't just a topic, it's actually made up of 4 things. First up, you have the topic itself, the general subject. Then we have the angle, your specific spin on that topic. Next up, it's the title and thumbnail, or the packaging. And lastly, it's the content structure, how you deliver it to your viewer. If you can describe your idea but can't imagine the thumbnail or title yet, you don't really have a YouTube idea, you likely just have a blog or a LinkedIn post. This is where most business channels fail. They start with, we should talk about X topic, and never really develop out the angle or the packaging. And then they wonder why nobody clicks. At CareerFoundry, our breakout videos weren't just UX career advice, they had angles like a day in the life, salary breakdowns, how I got hired stories. The topic was more or less the same, UX career progression, but the different angles, that's what made them clickable. Now, before you brainstorm, you need a constraint. Otherwise, you'll generate 100 ideas that pull in completely different directions. Now, the constraint is this. 80% of your audience should be interested in 80% of your content. Think of it like a restaurant. Restaurants typically serve a focused cuisine and a focused menu to a specific customer. They don't try to be Italian, Japanese, French, and Mexican all at once, unless you're maybe at one of these all-you-can-eat world buffets. Most businesses on YouTube violate this constantly. They post a product demo, then a founder interview, then a tutorial, then an industry trend piece. Each video attracts a different audience there, and ultimately none of those viewers really have a reason to stick around or to watch more of your content. When I look at a channel portfolio more broadly, I'm asking myself this: if someone loved video A, would they then instinctively click onto video B? If the answer is probably not, then you've got an 80% problem. The fix is not to never experiment. The rule is 80% of uploads after all, not 100%. But your default should be overlap, not endless variety in testing. The second framework here is about audience segmentation. Every channel has 3 audience segments. You have your core audience. These are the superfans. They watch everything you put out, they comment and they share. You have your casual audience. They've maybe seen you before but aren't as committed or likely to be subscribed yet. And then you have your new audience. They've likely never heard of you before, but in this instance, for whatever reason, they've decided to click and to watch your video for some reason. Most businesses starting out on YouTube make content for the core audience, and typically it feels safe. Your existing audience engages across different communities and your other established platforms, and comments, if they come in, are usually quite positive, but you never grow much beyond this initial bubble of safe viewers. One specific example that Paddy Galloway often shares is an example that stuck with me. A basketball creator posted official reveal of my new YouTube studio, which got about 400,000 views. And they posted going to 5 NBA games in 50 hours, which got 14 million views. Same creator, same month. But the studio tour is pure fan service. Only the core audience really cares. But the NBA video, it's broader. It hits all 3 audience segments. The core audience loves it, the casual audience finds it interesting, and new viewers click because it's a spectacle. The question to ask for every idea generated and shared is, does this only serve my existing audience? Or can a stranger click on this and immediately understand why they should care about the video and your wider channel? For businesses like you on YouTube, this means stop making videos that require context. Videos like our Q3 product update is core audience only, but a title like how we rebuilt our entire app in 90 days, here's what broke, hits all 3 segments quite broadly. Now for the actual system that ties all this together. It's essentially a funnel with 3 stages. Stage 1, you want to brainstorm volume. Now you're not looking for one good idea, you're trying to generate 100 ideas to find 10 strong ones. And here you want 3 sources. Look internally at your own channel. What were your top performers, what worked, and why? Can you repeat, twist, or staircase these ideas? At CareerFoundry, our day in the life format kept performing across a range of different areas. Instead of moving on, we made it a series. Different roles, different cities. The consistency drove compounding growth over time. Next up, you want to look at external sources. So outliers from other channels. Not just competitors, but adjacent niches to your own. And here's a non-obvious move that I want to share with you. If you're in B2B SaaS, study self-improvement channels. They've mastered hooks, pacing, and retention. Adapt their structures, but not their topics. And lastly, we have innovation, original ideas for your channel. If you prompt yourself by saying something like, what would X top creator make if they were in my niche? Or what's something in my niche that's completely lacking? If you want a quick exercise to run to help generate these ideas, try the 10 for 10 mini workshop. This is a 10-minute workshop that is focused on generating as many title ideas as possible in a 10-minute window. You spend roughly 8 minutes writing down titles, ideally keeping in mind the 3 core audience segments, and collect the results. You'll then spend the remaining time surfacing the 10 best ideas out of this batch that you can add to your content pipeline. Now this works best as part of a small team, perhaps 2, 3, or 4 people, to generate a breadth of fresh ideas. But if you don't have a team, you can do this solo and just pick your 10 favorites. I'll link the template to Humble&Brag's Miro board with this workshop and instructions already set up. Now on to stage 2, the elimination of ideas. Now you need 3 to 6 non-negotiables here. The selected ideas must pass all 3 of these non-negotiables. For example, my non-negotiables with video content could be, is it feasible with our existing resources? Does it have that CCN audience fit? Can I envision the thumbnail and packaging clearly already? And does it follow that 80% rule for our channel? If you're passing more than 10 to 15% of the ideas that you generated, your filtering criteria are likely too soft. So consider a slightly stricter filtering mechanism. Now on to stage 3, develop the ideas. For your top 10 ideas, build a 1-page pitch. A rough thumbnail sketch either in a whiteboard tool, along with 3 reasons it will work. The various title options are included here, and your hook is written out. And also add a skeleton of the content. This can just be bullet points and some sentences for context. That will work fine. Then pick one of the ideas and just execute. But there's one more thing I want to share with you here, because this is where I see the most resistance with businesses on YouTube. This system will usually tell you to repeat what's working, and you will likely not want to do that. Creators and founders hate being repetitive, especially when they're wired for novelty and innovation and growth. But here's the proof. One of the biggest creators on YouTube, Mr. Beast, ran the same lottery ticket video 3 times. The same title structure, his team just added zeros to the dollar amount, and each one performed massively. On a much smaller scale, I've made the same UX design video over multiple employers over multiple years. The rough idea was creating a video that gave a full guide and framework for getting started in the UX industry. With each new release, we tried to double down on the value provided and the detail we could offer the viewer to support their own learning journey. Now this idea was made and remade multiple times over my career, and actually across 2 separate YouTube channels. When something works, your instinct will be to celebrate and then likely move on. The system says, interrogate why it worked. Then do it again with a bit of a twist, again and again. So here's your action item. Pull up the analytics of your last 20 videos and find the 2 or 3 videos that overperformed compared to your channel's averages. What videos surprised you? Which videos got a higher view count? And ask yourself, what about this topic specifically worked? What was it about the angle that worked? And what was unique about the packaging? Then generate 10 ideas that repeat, twist, or staircase those winners. Filter them through your strict criteria and develop the survivors. Pick one idea and then execute. And that's the system. It's not particularly glamorous and it won't necessarily give you a guaranteed viral video, but it will give you much better odds than posting whatever comes to mind. And on YouTube, these better odds compound well over time. If you want help applying any of this to your business channel, that's what we do at Humble&Brag. If you want to have a chat with us, check out our website or LinkedIn profiles and book a quick discovery call. The link's in the description below. Otherwise, go build out your idea funnel and thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video.